Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Quincy Kevin, and I'm a senior manager on the talent partnerships team at Snapchat. I'm really excited to introduce you to three wonderful creators today: Candy Johnson, Jacques Slade, and Katie Feeney. They each take advantage of different opportunities on our platform and are going to tell us about some of the success that they're finding on Snapchat. So, without further ado, I'm going to kick it over to them. Candy, Jacques, Katie, let's learn a little bit more about you. Tell us a little bit about how you got started as a creator, the kind of content you specialize in, and also, of course, how you got started on Snapchat. Okay, Candy, let's start with you.
Hi, I'm Candy, and how I got started was so many years ago. I was a makeup artist, and people would always say when I was on set or doing their makeup, like, "Oh, I wish I knew how to do this." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's great, that's wonderful. I wish I could teach you." And then it was probably about 2008. A friend showed me a girl in the UK doing makeup, like a tutorial on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she is a genius! Who would have thought of using YouTube this way?" You literally would go there to see like people walking into a sliding glass door, cats water skiing. Like you didn't really go there regularly for anything. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can be like the US version of her." So I wanted to upload and teach women everything I knew, women, men, anybody. And I thought I was going to be like the first one in the US, but I found there was like maybe like 5 other girls already doing it at the time. So I think there was a guy too. But it started to take off bigger than what I thought. It was just going to be like a hobby type thing. And then of course, when other platforms came around, there wasn't Instagram, there wasn't Snapchat. We would just post to like Twitter, Facebook, all those things to get people to see your videos. And that was January 2009. I uploaded my first video, and I know once Snapchat started, it was such a cool, different social media platform. It felt like you could just be yourself, and it was so fun. It felt like the fun, effortless place to go to. So when Snapchat came along, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I love this," and I just was obsessed with it.
I love to hear these stories. That is so fun. Jock, I feel like there are some parallels as well in your creator
Yes,
journey. Tell us how you
yes,
got started.
yes. First of all, I need Candy to show me how to get my eyebrows popping. That's first of all. But as far as my creator journey, very similar to Candy. I started out in 2010. I was actually working for some web publishers, and I was writing for them. And on a whim, I decided to create content for them around sneakers. And I wanted to create like a gossip channel, sort of like a E News or Hollywood News or whatever those shows are called, but do it about sneakers. And so I started the show. I went to Joann's Fabrics. I got a green screen. I shouldn't even call it a green screen. I got a green blanket is what I got, really.
Love it.
I got those, the dorm room lights, the one with the three, like when you move into your dorm, your mom
Yeah.
buys you those three lights. So I bought two of those and a little point and shoot camera, and I just started creating on YouTube. And at the time, no one on YouTube was kind of creating that sort of content or that style of content. And so it really separated me from the pack. And so I did it for them for a couple of years. And then 2013, I started doing it on my own. And that's when things just really, really took off. Because I had been doing it before, I had a lot of support from the community. And so that really helped me grow. And then obviously you move on to the other platforms and Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. And then Snapchat came along. And Snapchat was like, it was really a totally different way of creating than what we were doing before. There was these other platforms, and you kind of fell into a style of creating for them. And Snapchat kind of broke all of those rules. It allowed you just to kind of create a little more free and open, and it felt a little more personal. And so I really started going hard on the platform and creating stuff there. And the audience really responded to it. And so I've continued to post there and continued to grow there. And now it's one of my favorite platforms to post on.
Oh, I love that. That's great to hear. So, okay, Katie, over to you. Your journey is a little different because you're a bit of a more emerging creator and sort of been in the creator game a little shorter amount of time. Tell us how you got started in this crazy Wild West world of content creation.
Yeah, so unlike Candy and Jock, I actually got started on Musically before it became TikTok. And I was just making videos with my friends for fun. I'm a dancer, so we would make videos at the dance studio. And I started getting featured, and people started discovering me. So once I started seeing that, oh, I'm starting to gain a following on this app, I started expanding to the other platforms like Instagram. And for Snapchat, it was a little bit different because I used it as a way to just connect with my friends on social media, and we had streaks. It was kind of the thing that all the high schoolers were doing and still are doing. So I just used it as like a fun little thing I would do with my friends. And just over this past year, I really started using Snapchat like my other platforms and using it to connect with my audience. So I started posting to my story a lot more. I got verified on Snapchat. I became a Snapstar creator in September. So I started getting on the Discover page, which was so cool because instead of just like 100 of my friends seeing my stories, now hundreds of thousands of people are seeing my stories. So it's been really awesome since then.
Love that. Well, one of the reasons why we wanted you to join us today is because you have really leaned into Spotlight, which is one of Snapchat's, most recent big product launches. So I guess tell us a little bit about how you heard about Spotlight, what made you, give it a shot, and what's happened since.
So I heard about Spotlight. I saw like one of the news announcements saying that Snapchat is coming out with this new short form feature. And as a short form creator, I'm always looking at new ways to grow my audience. So I wanted to hop right on to Spotlight, and I like to be like the first on new trends and be one of few instead of one of many. So I wanted to get right on Spotlight. And I knew that there was some money to be made, but I thought maybe I'll make a couple $100s if I'm lucky. So it turns out my first notification after posting on Spotlight for about a week was $265,000. And I'm 18 years old. I'm in high school. This is unheard of and nothing like anything I could have ever imagined. So I actually have made $1.4 million on Spotlight, and it's insane.
I just fell off my chair.
Yeah, our jaws have dropped. That is pretty wild, Katie.
You made almost $250,000 in 1 week.
Yes, and over $1 million in 6 weeks.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
We're incredibly thrilled for you. I mean, that's life-changing, truly. So brava to you. Tell us a little bit about, the type of content you're posting to Spotlight, as opposed to what you post your public story.
Yeah, so I mean, it's very relatable content. It's different than my other platforms because I feel like for Spotlight, I can just be myself and I can just film something using a Snapchat filter. It will take me all of a minute and I'll post it to Spotlight, and it's getting thousands and thousands of views. So it's really anything. I'm kind of known for unboxings. That's one of the things that I feel like has really made people start following me and be interested in my whole social media journey. So a lot of my unboxing videos took off on Spotlight. Some behind the scenes videos of me creating content has really taken off. So it's really a large variety of just, trying new things and seeing what sticks and what people like.
That's so cool. And how do you think about Spotlight being different than maybe other products on Snapchat or even other platforms? What's different about Spotlight to you?
I mean, Spotlight, there's nothing really like it on Snapchat because I'm able to put out, like a 30-second video, a minute video, and it's getting discovered by tons and tons of people. So I have that ability with Snapchat stories now, but it's not exactly like Spotlight. So I mean, it's a short form feature. So I can post the content that I love to post on Snapchat now too, which is just so incredible. And what's different about it is anyone can, go viral on Spotlight. You don't have to have a huge following on Snapchat or on other social media platforms to get use on Spotlight and to make money.
That's so cool. Congratulations again.
Thank
We're
you.
thrilled for you and very proud of you too. So we'll definitely touch a little bit more about, you know, what the future holds for you. Shifting gears a little bit over to you, Candy and Jacques. You know, you are both prolific Snapchat creators, and you have been for a long time. What has that experience been like for you? You know, how is it different from your creation experience on other platforms, even as far as like what you post on your story? Candy, let's start with you, and then we'll kick it over to Jacques.
Also, I think I have to like pick myself up off the virtual couch after hearing how much Katie's made on here. I gotta tweak what I'm doing.
Seriously.
I was been stalking Katie's thing, like, what is she posting now? What is she doing now? Taking notes. For me, it's been so different because after you've been creating so long, there's so much content you have to put out everywhere. Every platform has like multiple platforms within the platform. So it's like so much content and the pressure feels so high. Like it's almost so high it feels stressful and you feel like you're frozen. You can't even function sometimes, like on Instagram, or everything has to be so good because it gets lost in the sea of never being found. So what I felt about Snapchat is there's this freedom. Like it's like this freedom, like you're with your friends, like the pressure is not there. What I love about Snapchat is the level of like bullying and harassing is not there. It just feels like a happy place for me is what Snapchat is. And I think because you can be so real, like I don't feel like I have to look so great and do all this stuff like everywhere else. I think in that realness, I feel like you connect with people who follow you even deeper. Like they're getting to see a more inside look, like a friendship level with you, where everywhere else, like, I gotta look this and this, and you know, it's so much pressure. So that's what I love. Snapchat has felt more like my daily, like I will end up posting there more than anywhere else because there's no pressure there, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it.
That's really good to hear. Jacques, what about you?
Honestly, I think Candy and I are brother and sister, because you see, like, I'm the whole time just talking. I'm like, yes, and that too. And you tell them, Candy.
I'm high-fiving you.
So yeah, that's. I mean, it's really everything that Candy said. Like, I feel I'm able to be my most authentic self when I'm on Snapchat. Like, I don't feel like I need to curate myself. I feel like as you know, like Candy and Katie and I, like, we're creators. This is kind of like our job now. This is like, you know, our performance review is basically, you know, audience response. You know, our KPIs are engagement. So like that, like those sorts of things, like for us, like that stuff starts to matter, and it starts to kind of filter into what you're doing and how you create content, because you want the best things about that. But with Snapchat, you kind of release all of that sort of pressure, and you can just be who you are. There is no, I don't feel like I need to meet a certain threshold of likes on my post. When I'm on Snapchat, I can just be who I am, and just, you know, if I didn't cut my hair, it's okay. Like I don't feel like, oh, I can't post that, my hair, or oh, there was a piece of lint on my shoulder, I can't post that. Like I don't feel that way when I'm on Snapchat. It's like I'm just around the house, like talking to friends, and I can post there, and it's the most authentic version of myself. Like the fans that I shouldn't call them fans, but the people that watch me on Snapchat see the most authentic version of Jacques in all of my social media presence.
Yeah. I mean, it's really heartwarming to hear that, because, you know, of course you are creators on our platform, but you are also Snapchatters at the end of the day. And, you know, we want you to have that friend-to-friend experience as well as that one-to-many experience. So, you know, by design. So it just sort of reinforces all of the things that, you know, we believe as a platform. And I'm really happy to hear that it's been a positive experience for you guys. Okay, so back to you, Katie. You know, one of the things that we've chatted about in the past is fan engagement and how important it is. And we launched story replies. I think it was, gosh, I'm losing track of time because of the pandemic, but I think it was in 2019 or 2020 or mid 2020. And, you know, I wanted to ask you a little bit about your experience using story replies, because I know that you do take advantage of that that feature on the platform.
Yeah, I use story replies every day, and it's I think probably one of my favorite things about Snapchat. I start these new series. Like I started a new thing called Car Talks with Katie, and I've everyone loves it that follows me on Snapchat and is subscribed to me on Snapchat. Basically, I just say, ask me a question. I sit in my car and I answer questions. And what's nice about it is, like, I'll talk about deep stuff, like going to college and the hardships of that. And I give advice to my fans because for like my younger fans, if they're going into high school, they ask, oh, advice on like how is like going to high school different than middle school and all this stuff. So it's nice to be able to connect to my fans on a different level than I think my other platforms, because it's just so down to earth. And everyone always says, like, I've never seen this side of you, Katie. Like I love this goofy Katie, because I feel like sometimes on my other platforms it's very like perfectionist Katie, and everything needs to be perfect and I can't really be myself. But then I get to answer questions. I do would you rather questions sometimes with my boyfriend, which is so fun, and those are always really funny. So yeah, I love story replies. It's the best.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm happy that it is sort of, you know, helping you program your content almost, because it's giving you ideas of different types of stories to create. Jacques, on that note, tell us a little bit about the fan interactions that you have on Snapchat and what that's been like.
Yeah, so I've just started using the story reply, so I'm glad to hear that Katie has such a like a great experience with it, because it's something that I've just been started tinkering with. As far as engagement goes, like you get a lot of replies to your to like the snaps on your Snap story, and so I'm starting to value those more, I think, than I do the comments on other platforms, because it's a personal one-to-one conversation. Like on other platforms, like you post on Instagram or Twitter or everything, it's like a comment that the world can see and everyone is there to judge it or like it or reply to it or whatever. But on Snap, with the replies, it comes directly to me. So it's literally like I'm having a conversation directly with that person, and it's just me and that person and I in the room. It's not everyone else in the room and the whole world can see it. So I feel like it allows us to be more personal and to speak in a way and to really to what Katie was talking about, you know, give advice and help someone out if they're going through something, or be very, very personal and share personal information that can maybe, you know, encourage someone or inspire someone or let someone know like, oh, I'm going through that too. And so like with replies, it's a more direct conversation that the world doesn't need to see. And I really, really do appreciate that about the platform. Like you don't have to like jumping in my DMs is not a thing on Snapchat. It's just a conversation that we're having, and it doesn't feel like you're doing something extra to do it. So I love it. And I think it's a great, great way to communicate with people that watch our content.
That's great to hear. Sticking with you, Jacques, tell us a little bit about your Snapchat show, The Kickback with Jacques Slade, and what has that experience been like? You know, tell us how you got started. I know there's a little bit of like a backstory.
Yes.
So tell us everything.
So The Kickback, it's a show that I created. It's about sneakers. It's on the Discover page. So shout out to the Discover page. I appreciate you. And it talks about like sneakers and sports from my perspective. It's my version of a TV show on Snapchat. I think I wanted to create something that was a little more high quality and polished than what I do on my Snap stories, and go deeper into stories and things like that I wouldn't necessarily do on my stories, just because it doesn't feel appropriate to take a deep dive on a sneaker on my own thing. Like, yeah, well, this is. So I use my show, The Kickback, for that. And that got started partially because I wanted a show on Discover for a long time. So I was back at the beginning of Snapchat, in the early days of Snapchat, you could upload from your camera roll, like these like polished videos. And so I created my own Discover show, and I was putting it on my stories because that's how bad I wanted to get a show on the Discover page. And so I was just creating this thing, and the fans really loved it. The fans really enjoyed it. And that eventually turned into people noticing, and it turned into The Kickback, which is on the Discover page now. So it's super exciting. I'm really excited about it.
I mean, I think that's just so cool that, you came up with this idea. You did it on your own, really, on your story. And then
Yeah.
eventually it landed you an actual real show. So it just goes to show all of our, viewers right now that it is possible and you can start these things on your own.
Yeah.
So tell us, what's the fan reaction been like for the kickback?
It's been really great. It's also been very interesting because I guess you don't realize how many people check on the Discover page as a creator. You feel like you're checking it, but it's really just you. Maybe a couple of your friends, they look on the Discover page and like, oh, did you see this on Discover or did you see that? But I started to notice like people were watching the show and then they were contacting me on other platforms and telling me, "Oh, hey, I saw your Discover show. Really enjoy your Discover show." And I'm like, "Wait, you're on Instagram? Why? Like you watch that? You watch on Snapchat?
Wow.
So, like on Twitter, you see it there, or there's a comment on a video for someone that watched it and like, oh, I saw this on the kickback." So it's like it's like just kind of mind blowing of how big that audience is and how many people are actually watching that content. And they're on other platforms talking about it, which I just never imagined that would be a thing.
That's so cool. And that just tells me that I need to go talk to our product team about getting some comments, some replies for you for your show so that you can actually get that feedback too. I mean, it's amazing though that your fans are watching the show and then going to your other platforms, and there's a lot of like cross pollination there.
Yeah.
So I love that. So it sounds like the impact of the show has been, a really, really positive for you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely positive for me.
Yeah.
It's great. It's showed me like the different levels of content that you can create, and it allows me to kind of flex my creative muscle in a way that I wouldn't be able to do necessarily on my stories.
Right.
With this, I can do all the cool production stuff that I like to do with the fancy cameras and the angles and all of that stuff, and create a larger like storyline that you see on a TV show. I can do that on the Discover page and still be like the Jacques that everyone knows on my story. So it's like allows me to exist in those two different worlds, all within like the same platform.
That's super cool. Okay, well, staying on the show's side of things, Candy, over to you. You are the host of the Snap Original, The Fake Up, and I want to hear a little bit more about what that experience has been like for you, being sort of an on-camera, really a television host in that sense.
Oh my gosh. Well, first off, I want to say to Jacques, I think that is so awesome that you created your own show, like your own show that you would shop around like to a network, like a TV show, but like for Snapchat, like you made it. I commend you. I think that was so brilliant and smart and creative of you. And I just love that. I just had to say that before I start.
Thank you, Candy.
About it was awesome. It's like inspiring to me, to just anybody else watching this too. Like you can make your own show and you have control to be who you are, So about Fake Up, I was so honored when they came and they asked me if I wanted to be a host of this. It's an optical illusion makeup competition show. So you don't even have to like makeup, own any makeup, and your mind is just blown by what these makeup artists can do. So when they asked me to be the host, I mean, I've been on like TV shows as a judge. I've hosted like online YouTube things, but never like this level. Like it was a full on legit. I mean, I've worked on TV shows. This is like a TV level production with a stage, with a crew, with the lighting, and they've worked on TV shows that I loved, So it was like so serious. When I walked on set the first day, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like, wow, legit big. This is no little rinky-dink filming a little thing. I was just like, it was crazy, but the experience was so amazing because they did let me be me, and just the level of professionalism and quality that was done, it was just unbelievable. I'm so honored that I got to be a part of it, and there's 2 seasons of it now, so
yeah, that's great. Well, everyone, please go watch it. It's wonderful. Candy, tell us what have the fans' reactions been to the show? Like Jacques, do you get messages on other platforms about it?
Oh yeah, just like Jacques was saying. I mean, it was crazy because then my Instagram started blowing up and people were like, how do I submit? How do I be on the show? And just like random people I have not talked to in a long time, or I wouldn't think. Like, I went to a doctor appointment and my doctor was like, oh my gosh, that show that you host is amazing. I was like, what? You saw my show?
Wonderful.
But like, even on Instagram, because I would post like, swipe up to go check out the show, and like people's reaction was crazy. They're like, I'm obsessed with the show. I'm watching this more than I'm watching Netflix or whatever else. And it comes, the episodes are so short, they come at you so fast, you could consume the whole season if they gave it to you all at once. So it's a quick, fast-paced, amazing watch of just like, I mean, my mind was blown watching them do it on the set, and I was like, holy smokes, how are they even going to caption how long it took them to do these tricks? And then they gave them the Snapchat lens when they won, so you could use their makeup creations on your face as like a lens, which also I just thought they were called filters. I had no idea they were called lenses. So
yeah, it's not uncommon to hear, but you learned the right terminology, so that's all that matters. So my hope for you is that this show opens the doors to more on-camera hosting opportunities. Is that something you feel like is already coming your way as a result of the show? Is this going to help you grow your brand?
I mean, it's so crazy because the level of quality for this show is TV level. Like the cameras, I mean, it was multi-camera. It was in a huge studio. And so it looks like if I were to have like a reel that I want to present to somebody like hosting, it is like a real legit, could be on TV level show, which I still just every day, I mean, some days I left the set and I would just be in tears, like so grateful that I had this opportunity, because it's just amazing when you're working on something and such a great team and everybody's working so hard, and that you get to be a part of any of it is just like, I'm so grateful. And now I have like 2 whole seasons of documented. I mean, my hair and everything it was like quarantine, so it's hard to get like hair done and everything, but I was trying my best.
That's great. Awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm so happy for you, and I'm really glad that it was such a positive experience filming the show. So
it was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had working with people, and with Snapchat being just one of the most amazing teams to work with. I don't know when I've had such an amazing experience. I was so sad when we shot the last day. I was like, I hope there's more seasons, because it was just such an amazing opportunity. I just can't thank you guys enough.
Well, we can't thank you, because you're enough. You're wonderful, and we hope there are more seasons too. So, all right. Well, Katie, I want to bring it back to you, because you're about to embark on your journey at Penn State. Congratulations! Yeah. What does the future look like for you as a content creator? Like, how are you feeling now that you've had this success with Spotlight, all of this press around your Spotlight experience? Like, what does that tell you about your future in this industry?
I mean, Spotlight was the most life-changing thing that I never would have been able to imagine in a million years. And because of it, like, it's reassured me that I can pursue social media as a career. And before Spotlight, I don't know if I would have been able to confidently say that. Yeah. And I mean, like, before Spotlight, I was applying for student loans. So I was kind of hearing back all like the Spotlight earnings at the same time I was hearing back from my first set of colleges I applied to. So it was perfect timing, because I would have had to go to my state college just because financially that was the only thing I would have been able to do. So now I'm able to go to Penn State, which has been one of the schools I've always like dreamed of going to.
That's so dope.
It is so awesome. I'm really excited, and I'm gonna use like the knowledge I've been able to build from Spotlight and turning it into a business. I have an LLC now. I'm going to study business and marketing and maybe some film too, and really just take advantage of this opportunity.
Good. Well, we're so proud of you. And of course, if you ever need anything, any words of wisdom, we're here to help you. So, and on that note, just to wrap it up here, Jacques and Candy, any final words of wisdom for our audience, if there are any creators listening in, as far as, creating on Snapchat?
I would say this is what I always tell people too, whether it's YouTube or anywhere or Snapchat that you're starting. Sometimes before you start filming, I will have to take a deep breath and be like, how would I talk to my best friend, my sister, whoever I'm closest and the most me to? How would I talk? How would I explain? How would I work my level of humor? Just let you be out, because I will say that has been the best thing I've ever done. Starting out, me being myself, the weirdness, the quirkiness, the however I say things or words or do stuff, that was part of what sets you apart, because it makes you unique. Like, you're your own special snowflake. You're your own special something that people are going to love. And I think always just be you. And before you start, just be like, how would I be if I was talking to whoever I'm the most fun, comfortable, funniest with? And that is what the world is going to fall in love with the most. So I hope that helps.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly right, and that's the same like advice that I give to creators when they ask me about what I should do. It's just be you, like, because there's no one else that is you. That's your advantage. The experiences you've gone through, the life situations you've gone through, the friends that you have, the bad things you've done, the good things that you've done. The trouble that you've got yourself in, the funny stories that you can tell. Those are all stories that are unique to you. Even within your friend circle that you've done all these things with, you have your own perspective on those stories. You saw it through your eyes, through your filtered experience, from what your parents taught you, what your aunt, uncle, grandparents, what school was like. All of those things make you an individual that no one else can copy. No one else can duplicate that. So don't try and be someone else. Be you, because your energy and your vibe is what people are going to be attracted to. So be the best version of you. Just be you and let people come to that, and don't try to manufacture it or make things up. Be you, and that's going to be the best asset that you have to become a creator.
Amen.
Thank you. That was great. You're getting me all excited about launching my spotlight career.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Do it. We're going to follow you, Quincy.
Yes. Well, thank you so much to the three of you. I mean, this has been really wonderful. You have shared so many, tidbits of wisdom and tricks of the trade. And again, we're so happy that you're each finding unique ways to engage on our platform, and you're finding your own individual success. So, big virtual hugs to you three. And, thanks again. We really appreciate you guys participating in this today.
Well, thank you for having us. And thank you.
Thank you for having us, Quincy.
Snapchat's so amazing. And it's one of my, the most favorite platforms. So thank you for all you do to keep it this magical, special place.
Yes, thank you so much.
What my new sister Candy said. Yep.
Yes.
I'm hugging you too.
Yeah, I feel like we're like brothers and sisters now. Like, I'm the big brother, and Katie and Candy are like my younger sisters now. So we have a new
I'm
family.
honored to be sitting here with both of you. I mean, I watched both of your shows. This is really cool for me.
I'm honored to be sitting here with you. I'm like, I need Katie to teach me what I'm doing wrong.
Yes.
What can I do better?
Well, someday we will all meet up in person and do this again. But thank you so much. You guys were great. So I hope this was interesting to all of our viewers. And have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.